Hey everybody, welcome to Late Late Horror Show and the history of old time radio. Right here on the Late Late Horror Show. What is going on? Be sure to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, hit the bell icon, all that good stuff. Check out the descriptions below. And this is the history of old time radio. So just the facts, ma'am. Just the facts. Here we go. First one tonight is Jeff Regan, Investigator. This is a detective drama. Broadcast history is July 10th through December 18th, 1948 on CBS, West Coast, 30 minutes, Saturdays at 9:30 Pacific Time. Cast, Jack Webb as Jeff Regan, a tough private eye in a detective bureau run by Anthony J. Lyon. I get 10 a day in expenses. They call me the Lion's Eye. Wilms Herbert as Lion. Music, Richard Orant. Producer, Sterling Tracy. Writer, E. Jack Newman. October 5th, 1949 through August 27th, 1950. CBS, West Coast, 30 minutes. Wednesdays, then Sundays. Cast, Frank Graham as Regan. Paul Dubois, also as Regan. Frank Nelson as Lion. Music, same, Richard Orant. Writers, William Frog, William Fifield. I think that's how you say it. Fifield. Jeff Regan was a response to a groundswell of demand for Jack Webb's services. In the wake of his hilarious, hard-boiled performances in Pat Novak, one of my funniest. I just love the lines. It's so typical Dickens slang of the detective genre back in the day. And he does it well in Jeff Regan also. Webb had built almost a cult following. And Regan was the transition show away from Novak and into Dragnet. It was momentarily a step back. It lacked the originality and flavor of Novak. Yeah, of course, but Jeff Regan was still good. And it certainly lacked the humor. Webb played the role well into 1949. But by January, he had confided to Radio Life reporter that his next career might be called Joe Friday. A reorganization of Regan, titled The Lion's Eye, followed Webb's inevitable departure. So there you go. That's Jeff Regan, Investigator, and I think a pretty darn good show, if you ask me. I mean, not as good as Pat Novak. I think there's just something magical with Pat Novak for hire that you just can't capture. I mean, he did it so well. But he did a good job transitioning to Jeff Regan. And then Dragnet became even... A lot of people like Dragnet, but it even came to be less humorous than Jeff Regan even. So anyways, it is what it is. Going to do a couple here. The next one is called Confession, a crime drama anthology. Broadcast history, July 5th through September 13th, 1953 on NBC, 30 minutes, Sundays at 9:30. Cast, Hollywood radio character actors including Paul Frees, Virginia Christine, Herb Butterfield, Jonathan Hull, Don Diamond, Jack Moyles, Peter Leeds, Parley Bear, Barney Phillips, etc. Announcer was John Wald. Intermission commentator, Richard McGee, director of the California Department of Corrections. Producers, Warren Lewis, Homer Canfield, director Homer Canfield. Confession had a texture and sound not unlike Dragnet. Indeed, the Dragnet influence was evident throughout. These were true stories of crime and punishment. The most obvious difference that Dragnet began with the crime, while Confession unfolded in reverse order from the end. Confession was less noisy. Its theme was played on a single piano. But there was still the deadpan dialogue. The thief or killer giving his confession with an air of resignation and defeat. The criminal thus became a stream of consciousness, narrator with the action frequently cutting away into drama. Names were changed to protect the legal rights of the subject, and a capsule summary at the end told the results of the trial. In the Superior Court, State of California, in and for the county of Los Angeles. That's a goof, I think. Goof on the roof. And finally, here's another one. Crime Does Not Pay. A crime drama based on the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer short film series of the same name, Crime Does Not Pay. Broadcast history transcribed at WMGM, the Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer station in New York, and originally aired there October 10th, 1949 through October 10th, 1951, including repeats. January 7th through December 22nd, 1952, Mutual Network, 30 minutes, Mondays at 8:30. The cast, anthology roles by Donald Bucca, John Loder, Joan Loring, Everett Sloan, Lionel Stander, Ed Bagley, etc. Even Bela Lugosi took one role. Music, John Gart, composer, conductor. Director, Marks B. Loeb. Writer, Ira Marion. This series had all the trademarks of transcribed drama. The canned sound that proponents of live radio found so objectionable. The stories were message pieces. In keeping with the title, the stars usually returned after the play for talk with the audience. So Crime Does Not Pay. So there you go. Giving you 3, starting it off with a good one with Jeff Regan, Investigator. And there you go. The history of 3 old-time radio shows. Hopefully you like it. Again, give a thumbs up. Hit that bell notification. Subscribe. Think of joining the channel. Support. Check out the links below. Description below for everything. And with that said, until next time,